Welcome back to the Southampton save. We're into double figures already. Can you believe it? Episode 10. We start with the team that pumped us 9-0 the last time we played them. I'd say that this next game will give us an idea of how much we've improved, but that result was such an outlier. We were never really 9-0 defeat bad in the first place. So I'd love to at least compete with Chelsea, but I am still expecting to lose this game regardless. We do then have a couple of other more just as difficult opponents. Leicester City away just after that, and then the following weekend on Super Sunday, it's Arsenal at home before we then push into the last couple of episodes of the season. We're very nearly done with season 1, and as things stand in the league, we might not have officially saved Southampton yet. We are getting ever so close. 9 points the gap now after a good 7-point haul in yesterday's episode. I put to you a question at the end of yesterday's episode because of how things went. Not everybody will have made it to the end of yesterday's video, so I shall ask it again here. Based on what happened in yesterday's episode, should I move Aribo to Cam and put all shits on the left and move Adams further forward, like we did for the start of the game against Brentford yesterday? Or should we leave it as is, as you see it here, and as it has been for the majority of the season? I'm not sure at the minute, because we halfway through the West Ham game, we made the change that I mentioned, and it worked. We got a late last-second winner. Then we started it against Brentford like that, and were 2-1 down when we went back to this, and then found an equaliser. So I'm torn at the minute. It's worked one way, it's worked the other. So I don't know. Which would you prefer? Which do you think is going to be the best for us? We'll find out what you think in the comment section down below whilst you drop the video a like and you make sure you're subscribed to this channel whilst we then push on and go and play Chelsea again. Hope that this time it goes a lot bloody better than last time. Southampton fans in good voice at St Mary's as we welcome Chelsea. Fullback for them this time around. Mason Mount and Enzo Fernandez in the midfield with Ziyech, Kai Havertz and Raheem Sterling as the three behind. New signing Patrick Schick at striker. Aubameyang was difficult to play against. Their 9th goal, this is not a phrase I usually say, their 9th goal against us last time we played them was just chef's kiss. It was so good. A handful of the goals felt frustrating to concede, but some of them were just truly world-class. We have some world-class players in development, however, here at Southampton, including players like Tino Livramento and Romeo Lavia. So hopefully they can show how well they've developed throughout the course of the season. We can have a better game here, already sending Kai Havertz to ground in rather embarrassing fashion. Sent him to the shops already, and it's only been 2 minutes. Havertz tried to step in and couldn't, and now Schick's away and in behind, and he's on his favoured left. Alex McCarthy with a top stop. No, 9 conceded him. In fact, it was the result against Chelsea that led to Alex McCarthy being placed into the starting lineup at that time. It was Gavin Bazunu that was in goal for us on that day, and it was kind of the nail in the coffin that led to his loan move and Alex McCarthy getting the starting spot. Chelsea on the press here to try and get themselves a goal early doors. Ziyech with the corner, and Williams and Ward-Prowse, in fact, up for that. Sterling intercepted by Livramento, but he's been caught on it before he can do anything with it. Ziyech tackled by Livramento again. Well done, Tino. Very well done indeed. Sulemana could actually play Che Adams here, and well, from their own corner, Chelsea have left themselves a massive gap at the back. Che Adams in behind. 1-0 Southampton. That's what you call a clinical counter-attack. Unbelievable. That's criminal from Chelsea to leave so much space at the back. Unbelievable commitment from them to throw so many bodies forward in the opening 10 minutes that we've just run off and scored. Cheers, lads. Here's Kai Havertz, forcing him sideways, not forward, which is good. Ah, he's come forward. Oh, Mace. And he's not good from Mason Mount. He's had a really average season in real life, hasn't he, Mason Mount? Questions around his future at Chelsea. And if he keeps doing things like that in this save, his future at Chelsea might not last very long in FIFA form either. Sulemana, lovely spin. Forward to Tino Livramento. Ah, not quite what I needed there. Schick looking to play Havertz into the channel. Roman Brown will try and close it down as they've gone back to Patrick Schick. He's put it over the top of the bar. It's on his weaker foot. I mean, other than our goal, it has been all Chelsea. He's trying to whip that into this corner here, and he's put it right over the middle of the goal. He's not quite set out far enough there, Patrick Schick, with the initial effort. It's poor from him. Expect better of a player of his quality. Runners, including Mason Mount, in the channel here. Good block by Salisu. It's still full for Mace. Ziyech has options on the edge of the box, including Enzo Fernandez. Double deflection and out for another corner. Chelsea are not stopping, are they? They did this for the entirety of the game at Stamford Bridge, and every time they came forward, the ball went in. So far, every time they've come forward, it hasn't. That's the only difference so far. Now it has, though. Kai Havertz equalises. And Chelsea are level at St Mary's. And, well, they absolutely deserve that. And I can't argue any other way. Schick. He's got Havertz there. Oh, Roman Brown. I tried to... Wow. Schick. Winding up. 2-1 Chelsea. The power shot works superbly for them. But I'm a bit frustrated with Roman Brown there. I tried to step in. And he just... I need to have a look at it again from the actual proper replay camera. But it's a hell of a goal by Patrick Schick. That's more what we expect from him on a regular basis and more what Chelsea will expect from him on a regular basis. Brilliantly tucked home. But I want to have a look at Roman Brown's attempted block here. This was... What is that? All he's got... I'm trying to stick a toe out to get to the ball here to try and win the ball back, which he absolutely can do. He's within reaching distance of that. And he's kind of planted both feet and... Like a real time. Stick your toe out. No, I'm just going to wave my arse at it. All right, mate. 2-1 Chelsea. Corner Chelsea. Havertz has just gone off. And Joao Felix is on in his place. Mason Mount has beaten me there. And he cuts it back to the Portuguese. He's kicked it straight against Brandon Williams, who's been solid enough since he signed. I have to be honest. Not put a foot wrong, really. A couple of clean sheets. No obvious mistakes from him at any point. So... Even though he's slightly lower rated, just like Lavia, doesn't really look out of sorts. Onuachu again, we're on the counter attack. Onuachu's not quick. He just definitively is not quick. What a save. But he seems to be able to hold his ground against other defenders and never really gets caught in situations like that. He's only got like 76 sprint speed. He's just one of those players that is fast enough. Oh my God! How? Come on! How have we not scored there? It's the head. It's the bar with a... No, cleared off the line with the first. And then onto the bar with the second. Unbelievable. I don't know what I've got to do with Onuachu to score a header from a set piece like that. Time and time again, it gets saved by the man on the line. And that was outrageous. I'll have it back, please. Sulemana will get away from Ziyech too. I do have someone forward. That someone being Che Adams. Sulemana's going to have to go again. Cucurella's going to have me matched for pace. If I can find Che Adams here with Livramento, we still could catch them on the break from their own corner, just as we did before, in exactly the same way. 2-2. And Che Adams is the man again. He's the hero of today's episode so far. Let's go. Level at home. In exactly the same way both times from their corner. And N'Golo Kante at centre-back doesn't work. Schick. Done excellently to get past the challenge. Oh, this is unreal from Chelsea. They're going to go and score again, aren't they? No! We fight so hard to get ourselves back level. And then they just cut me apart once more. So Felix off the bench to give Chelsea a third here. It might only be a third of the amount of goals they scored last time. But they still might get the win. Not good enough. 3 minutes added on. I knew Enzo was going to turn inside there. So try to ready myself for it. It's going to be 3-2 defeat. With Leicester away next, I mean, we feel like we could probably get something from that. They were only, as we said, 3 points away from us. Come on, beat him. Only 6 points above us in the league, Leicester, prior to this particular match day's kickoff. So, they'll be there, ready for the taking. Oh, I'm so annoyed. We got ourselves back level at 2-2 and then still gave it away. 15 shots to our 6, though. I think they had 15 shots in the first game, and 9 of them went in. Oh well, we still lost. Leicester City with Daniel Everson in goal. Timothy Castagne, Wout Faes, Soyuncu and James Justin, Yuri Tielemans and Wilfred Ndidi sat deeper. Maddison, Dewsbury Hall and Barnes as the three behind Duvan Zapata, a new man to lead the line. They do have Patson Daka, of course, with the pace, and Jamie Vardy has a deadly finish. Duvan Zapata is kind of a mixture of the two of them, isn't he, really? Gilletta Carr gets a start for me here, and we'll see if he can do a job. Diallo also brought into the midfield for me. They're the only two changes I've made from the side that lost narrowly to Chelsea. And hopefully here away from home in the pouring rain, we can get a better result against the team in blue. You know, they're probably going to want to try and go, but we've been able to stop them. No, we haven't. From getting it to James Maddison. Joe Aribo getting in on some defensive duties. Timothy Castagna, Dewsbury Hall. Yuri Tielemans has a worldy effort from distance, and Alex McCarthy leaps away to make the save. Sharp turn inside needed. Sharp turn inside gotten. And Onuatu's in. Oh, to be honest, I thought it was going a long way wide, hence my initial reaction. Then it struck the woodwork. And I was like, oh, maybe it might go in. It still didn't go in. Oh, that's caught from behind there as I've turned away from the man. But it doesn't look like the referee is going to brandish a card. We might even have the opportunity to take this quickly and work something and catch their back line out of sorts and out of position. But annoyingly, it seems that everybody was back in position and nobody was out of sorts. Oh, they're out of sorts, certainly. 1-0 to Southampton. Che Adams has been scoring a lot of goals recently, and he just ran around the outside of everyone. I don't even know what was going on there. We'll take it, though. We lead. What's Soyuncu doing here? I don't even know. Can't tell you. Castagna, Tielemans, Dewsbury Hall, Zapata. Question whether he's onside or not. Question answered. Onside. Level, Leeds United. Duvan Zapata breaking through the middle. And Leicester level. Just excellent movement. Gilletta Carr doesn't read it. Doesn't go with him at all. And unfortunately, we've had our lead nullified. Not much in the way of support, he says, as he finds Tielemans. Oh, it's gorgeous. It's just very well done by Leicester City. Congratulations, you've ripped me apart a second time. Ginn Dewsbury Hall, the man to tuck it home. And that is worthy of a replay. Sabata picks out Tielemans there brilliantly. And that little ball round the corner from Harvey Barnes is exceptional. All Dewsbury Hall had to do was hit the target. And surely it would find its way into the back of the net. They've turned it around, Leeds United. From 1-0 down to 2-1 up. We've seen that before today, haven't we? Oh, it's just a defence-splitting ball. Zapata buries 3-1 Leicester. What can you do when they just play one ball through like that and your defence is completely taken out of the game? It's just a case of, can the striker finish? And when it's Duvan Zapata, you can be damn sure that he will. 3-1 and probably game over from here. And again, starting to look over our shoulders a little bit. As teams below us are starting to pick up points again, just as we did yesterday. It's a case of pull away a little bit and then get pegged back again. This relegation picture hasn't been finalised yet. There's still a lot of football left to play and the potential for a number of different ways that the season could finish. Orsic looks to deliver but can't. With Arsenal next, I don't think James Ward-Prowse Cam is actually going to make much difference as Duvan Zapata makes it 4-1. Leicester are the side in blue and white that are ripping us apart freely today, rather than Chelsea. We've got absolutely nothing against Duvan Zapata in this one. Been discussing with Light Chat about we maybe moving James Ward-Prowse forward to Cam to get a bit more out of him, but I don't know as I'm actually going to get more from Ward-Prowse at Cam than I do anybody else that I play in that position. So I'm quite happy, I think, for Ward-Prowse to continue on in a deeper role. Jamie Vardy off the bench here. I think his time in the top flight is coming to an end, Jamie Vardy, isn't it? He's just in the twilight of his career now. His Leicester aren't in the twilight of their Premier League career, unlike they might be in real life. Duvan Zapata with the hat-trick. And unfortunately, we've been ripped apart there by a man that just was too good on this occasion for this Southampton side. We're going to have to take defeat on the chin there. That was not great from us. After putting up a massive fight against Chelsea and still losing, There was no fight in that one. And with Arsenal next, it might be 3 straight defeats. Arsenal with a couple of new players in there. Aaron Ramsdale in goal. Ben White, Gabriel, Evan Ndicka and Kieran Tierney. Jorginho, Ruben Neves and Martin Odegaard. Emil Smith-Rowe, Eddie Nketiah and Leandro Trossard up top. They do have Jesus, Saka, Martinelli, etc. on the bench, but they were significantly tired from a Europa League game on the Thursday, which is why this game was pushed to the Sunday in the first place. So they're having to play some less than ideal players, but certainly those less than ideal players are still good enough to cause us some real concern in the infancy of our project here at Southampton. With 2 defeats so far today, if we make it 3, we're right back in that relegation picture. If people that have games in hand win those games in hand, the gap could be just 4 points to the relegation zone by the time we're done. Oh, it's given away poorly by Gabriel. Does have the odd mistake in him, doesn't he? Gabriel. I can't remember what the scoreline was against Arsenal last time. Did we? I think we might have drawn with them. Adams to Aribo. We're playing that way round today in this one. And Joe Aribo's left foot is proving to be very tasty indeed. Well, in just 10 minutes in the game against Arsenal, we might have decided who's playing where moving forward. We were all right against Chelsea, but couldn't get the result. We were rubbish against Leicester. And maybe it's a little bit too much, too soon to say this has definitively made up a decision. But Joe Aribo racing through and scoring after an assist from Che Adams. Well, with Joe Aribo playing further forwarding at Cam for this one after 9 minutes might have made everybody's minds up for them. It's not Joe Aribo, it's Joe Aribo. Joe Haribo. Oh, what a tang-fastic goal that was. And he's hopefully going to have the run on Ben White, who's not rapid. We found Che Adams through the gap. I've just got absolutely no one to go to. Now we do. Ward-Prowse finds some space. James Ward-Prowse. He and Ruben Neves are 2 of the best midfielders at lower-ranked clubs in the league. Ruben Neves now found a move to one of the big boys here at Arsenal. But unless we get relegated, and unless they get relegated in real life, I don't see... Oh, my God, James, that was awful. I don't see James Ward-Prowse leaving Southampton. It would be really intriguing to see what happens in real life if, probably when, Southampton do go down. Do you guys think that James Ward-Prowse will end up... It's a finish and a half from Emil Smith-Rowe. Do you think Southampton will end up selling James Ward-Prowse if they're a championship side? Or do you think James will stay and try and get them back up? I'm not sure which way I'd see it happening, to be honest. It's a very good move by Arsenal, though, and a deserved equaliser. Ward-Prowse. Ooh, tell you what, it's a hell of a ball. We lead again against Arsenal. That didn't take long. James Ward-Prowse with the assist. The through ball of excellent precision. And at the back, Evan Ndicka can't deal with Che Adams. And we have ourselves another goal. Che Adams at striker. Doing the business. Although, to be fair, in the slightly deeper role earlier in the episode, he was doing the business as well. Che Adams has taken over from Onuachu as the man that is the go-to for goals in the Southampton front line. Onuachu's goals are drying up. Che Adams is coming to life. I think Onuachu kind of helped us build the foundations to rise up the league, and now Che Adams is actually the man to take the club to the next level. I think Onuachu may well be sold in the summer. Don't think he's going to have much more of a say in the latter parts of our story here at Southampton. Jorginho's tried from distance once and failed miserably, and he doesn't even get the opportunity to have another go there. Oh, couldn't quite intercept that there, Brandon Williams. Did get a foot on that one, but actually it's fallen more kindly for Arsenal. And again, big save, Alex McCarthy. Giant save from such close range. Martin Odegaard should have done a lot better there. He's going to take this corner short into Kieran Tierney. Something from the training ground maybe. Jorginho. That's not quite into a training ground routine from there, is it? Unfortunately, we can't do to Arsenal what we were able to do to Chelsea and go and bag a goal on the counter-attack from their corner. But tell you what, it still might open up a little bit on the breakaway. Che Adams is with me here, but can I get it to him? Yes. We've done it again. Can you believe it? Southampton 3, Arsenal 1. We have a new training ground routine, which is let them get a corner and then counter, because it seems to work quite well for us at the minute. Arsenal floundering here, just as they might be in real life. Che Adams, Gabriel's with him. He beats Gabriel, and Che Adams is in for a hat-trick here. Che Adams, his 4. He does have his hat-trick, and we will get 3 points. And how important they might be come the end of the season. Jorginho, Neves, out wide to Trossard. I think maybe with both Jorginho and Neves in their midfield, it's a good goal. I think with Jorginho and Neves in their midfield, they've just not had the dynamic aspect to the game in that central area. It's a lovely little turn there by Nketiah. To really affect the game, their midfield has been overrun because they just haven't had the pace. You can afford one player that's really not got much in the legs, like we've got Ward-Prowse, but you need athleticism around them. And with Neves and Jorginho in the midfield trio, I just don't think they have enough, Arsenal, in that midfield. I'm not sure where they are in the table, or where we'll be in the table after this episode, but certainly we deserve those 3 points. On the whole, a very good performance from us, and we're able to get a big win. The board is still a little bit hesitant about my future, but that's a giant 3 points, and we are now 10 points clear of Nottingham Forest. Although, again, they do have games in hand, and should everybody win those games in hand, we will still only be about 7 points clear of the drop. But that win against Arsenal was absolutely massive for our survival. 40 points is the old-fashioned go-to kind of cut-off that you want to aim for, and you should be safe. We're very nearly there now. With 8 games to go, we're 7 points off it. Arsenal are 6th and not having a great season. Chelsea 4th. They were able to just see us off. It's Manchester United that lead the way currently by 5 points from Liverpool and Spurs. And I believe we have Manchester United in tomorrow's episode, do we? Let's have a look. Yes, indeed we do. Man United away from home. And we've got Forest at the end of the month. You see they're down bottom left as well at home. So that's going to be massive. We'll probably play... Bournemouth at the bottom of the table, so we could probably sim that. We'll play Newcastle, United and Forest, I think, tomorrow. Certainly can't not play that Nottingham Forest game. But we look decent at the minute. And I think we're going to make the permanent change, at least for now, to play Aribo in that cam spot, because that worked so very well for us in that game against Arsenal there that it's almost made my mind up. If you guys want me to play with Onuatu still, then I will. But I'm pretty sure that's the way that we should be playing, if we're honest with ourselves. Let's see what we can do in tomorrow's episode, though, to maybe, he says as he kicks his bin across the room, get just that few more ticks to our points tally, and safety's not that far away. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I shall see you tomorrow for more. Ta-ta.